Sharing a meal with friends and family is one of the most bonding things we do as humans, and it's even more enjoyable on those special occasions when somebody else is doing the hard work for you. The people who enable us to eat out are at the heart of our trilogy on restaurateurs. Last time we met one of Australia's top chefs, Josh Nyland. This time it's Shaun Christie-David, an unstoppable force who's drawing on his personal experience to create delicious food that's also changing lives.
I had what many people would consider success. I look at so many first-generation migrant kids. There's a sense of uncomfortability with living with privilege. It ate away at me, it got me angry, it made me feel uncomfortable all the time. It hurt. And for years, I didn't know what to do with that hurt. I didn't know what to do with that emotion. But I knew I had to do something.
So this is Colombo Social.
I never started this to be where it is.
Get loose, it's Saturday night. Very excited to have you here.
Nothing I have done has been to build a hospitality group. Shit escalates with me. Shit escalates. I'm all in when I'm all in.
Shaun's my name. Shaun. So 2019 was when we started.
I wouldn't have never expected him to go into the restaurant business.
Right, so I've got your chicken curry.
Shaun's not a chef.
Right, and there is more.
Shaun is a terrible cook, and that's probably what makes him excellent at what he does. He's not stuck in the kitchen on tools.
So, like, what's your spice threshold?
Shaun is a social entrepreneur.
No, you can order it just by itself, yeah.
There's no racism when you sit together and eat a meal. There is just a common bond. 4 a.m. and you're having a kebab. You don't go, oh, I'm having a kebab, but I hate Lebanese people.
That's good. It's a fucking banging place, this place. I love everything about this place. I really do.
Food is the most universal love language. It's created from parents to children. And it's a piece of you. It's a piece of your identity. It's a piece of your culture, and it's your story. And that's why food is so powerful.
Oh, good ball. I'm not sure we can sledge each other anymore without it actually turning into a punch-up. What do you reckon?
My parents are Sri Lankan of Tamil descent. And in the early 80s, things were getting really, really heated.
The soldiers never know who's going to shoot at them or when a landmine will blow them to pieces.
Sri Lanka had descended into civil war. We were Tamil.
To them, every Tamil is the enemy.
My auntie was living in Australia, and she sponsored my dad.
Now we see if he's still got that. Oh.
My husband and I and my two sons, we came to Australia in March 1983.
So sucked in, Dad.
Sucked in! And Shaun was born 2 years later. We knew that our children were going to have a better future here.
Oh, nice ball. Growing up, it was very, very different.
My dad was a mechanical engineer. Oh. He had a very, very established career. And then got to Australia and his qualifications weren't recognised. There's an incredible depth of talent that isn't being fully utilised. It was a smart man. He set up the first mobile mechanic van in Australia.
So when we were growing up, I used to do this on the ground.
That was one of your big jobs that you were doing.
That was my only job.
Okay, now you can add the ginger and garlic. We never went out for meals. It was always food that was cooked at home. You've got the onions, Shaun.
We were hospitality from the age of 0. My mum cooked for 100 people for Christmas.
So you should do a cooking show.
There's no way you would get me doing a cookery show. I'm just a home cook and I enjoyed cooking for you all.
I think he basically had a professional chef in his house growing up, but they didn't know it.
All right, everyone, lunch is ready.
Thank you.
A Sunday lunch at home with the family, and we would laugh and we would joke and we would talk for hours.
Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Mum. So do you want to know something your dad used to do? No? When you asked him for food, he'd lick it and give it back to you so you don't eat it. You know that?
There wasn't a lot of brown kids in the 80s in the western suburbs. It hurt when they let me know that I was the brown kid, that I was different to them. You walk this line, which is like embarrassed for a long time of your culture. You just wanted to be the white kid.
Prawns, everyone. They had to act in a certain way at home because of our traditions and our customs. And then when they go out, to fit in would have been very hard.
Being a migrant, you have plenty of shame. Taking dal, which is lentils, sandwiches to school, the second you open your lunchbox, it just stinks.
I would throw those out.
Oh, what?
It was embarrassing because every other kid had Devon or they had Vegemite or they had this and we'd have these sandwiches.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? Then I wouldn't have done it.
Yes.
I wouldn't have tortured you with the dal sandwiches and embarrassed you.
I remember one day when one of my mates was in the car when I said it, but I was like, Mum, you stink. You stink like curry. And I know that her pride was cooking for us. So when I said that, it shattered her love language. Fuck, it makes me feel horrible now, right?
Shaun definitely sees the pain that new people in this country, and especially refugees, feel, I think. He's probably witnessed it in his parents. That anger that he has is sort of drives him. The anger's not dealt with, it comes out somewhere.
Roast pork, please. Thank you. I remember the first time someone called me a black C, right? Well, I would have been 7, just a kid, right? We were just kids. I cried. I remember crying about it. And my dad's like, you should be proud. Be proud.
We grew up in southwest Sydney. The challenges were very real around what life could be for people from our area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, better, much better. See you, brother.
With 3 boys, there's every chance that they can go off the rails. So Mum just ruled with an iron fist.
I'm very easily influenced to do dumb shit, and my mum knew that.
Do you want me to list all those naughty things that he was up to? Oh my God, that will outweigh the good things. Education was a top priority for me. But he buckled down as he got older. He did put a lot of effort into his HSC, and he was very keen that he get top marks.
Our dad, everyone in his circle, all blue-collar mechanics, for example, was like, hey, don't be out here, go sit in the office. So use your head, not your hands, is what we got told.
My brother's going for a job interview. Very first job interview in the family. My brother's in a green suit and like a Bugs Bunny tie, going for his first job interview. I don't know how he got the job. My mum's like, I will go to this interview with you. Right, so takes me along. You walk in through Martin Place, probably would have been 13, and you smell money. You smell success, you smell suit. You could just see power and authority and success. And I'm like, man, I want to be one of those dudes.
Shaun had a great career. I mean, he studied in finance at UTS. He went on to work for some incredible brands, you know, Royal Bank of Canada. He worked for Macquarie Bank, for example, as well. So he definitely had an opportunity to really move upwards in the financial world.
And the world was just a bit different back then. especially the banking sector. It had very little diversity. I was the only person of colour on the whole floor. So they called me Tamil Tiger as a nickname, and they thought it was a joke. They always admit it, it's casual racism. But the casual part doesn't justify it, and it still hurts. One of my hardest days at work. Barmer just got voted in as president. Right? So I call this dude in Perth, very successful, multi-millionaire. I knew his portfolio. It was huge. And the first words he said to me was, "Can you believe they voted a N in America as president?" He doesn't know who I am. I'm Shaun Christie-David with a very, very white voice, right? He doesn't think he's talking to a brown guy. So he tells me that. Shit. That changed it. That's when I knew that it wasn't for me anymore.
I think at some point he realised this isn't great for his soul, and he probably felt like a bit of a square peg in a round hole.
The moment that I knew what I had to do was when I went back to Sri Lanka. And I walked back as an adult that had been told about Sri Lanka, but never understood it. Had been told about my luck and my privilege, but never got it. I went to go get a suit tailored. These young boys, they measure you up, but the way they look at you like you're made it. They look at you like you're somebody special and this incredible person. And I sat there, fuck, it hit me. It hit me hard. I'm like, I'm not different to you. There's nothing that separates myself from you, but my parents got out.
Something definitely changed him after that holiday. That probably lit a fuse at some point for Shaun going, I need to now do something with this gift that I've got, which is being born and raised in Australia.
I needed to build something that was meaningful. I didn't quite know what at the time. I look back at my childhood, watching my mum cook, expressing love that way. I saw the way that people ate her food and the joy and the impact that had. And all those things led me to understanding that food is the catalyst for the change that can happen. That's when I realized that opening a restaurant that celebrated my culture and that first generation migrant story was what I needed to do next.
And he really wanted to set up a restaurant where he could be proud of the Sri Lankan cuisine, somewhere to bring friends that wasn't something like what he calls daggy joints out in the western suburbs. So to go from finance to then set up his new restaurant, it seemed like such a wild idea. It made sense to Shaun.
If we could sum up Colombo Social, it's the story of my mum, it's the story of her cooking, but it was also used as the vehicle to provide employment for people that would otherwise not get these opportunities. Everybody has made their plans this weekend to be with us. It's a real honour to serve people.
His mission was to help asylum seekers find work, give people that are fleeing their war-torn countries an opportunity to have employment, to get skilled.
But also choosing to spend time with us. All right, let's have fun. My mum spent weeks with our chefs.
We do our cooking with a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So it was very hard for me to write down recipes and give it to him. But I did it in the end. And I felt very honored that he asked me that.
Hello. We have rotis as well, and you have the infamous my mama's dal. The dal is one of our biggest dishes. That stuff that used to make me so embarrassed, I now serve with pride. So this is mama's dal. It's lentils, turmeric, garlic, a bit of fried curry leaves, fried onion on top of that. It's the dish that made this whole restaurant.
Colombo Social went absolutely bananas. I think at one point it was Australia's most Googled restaurant for 3 months straight once it opened.
They're desperate for beer. Give them what they want.
Lines out the door. We opened to waiting lists for months. Colombo Social, the restaurant that you can't get into. Being really proud of our culture, but also being very, very...
Shaun had a mission. I think the mission really resonated with a lot of people.
Two parts. The staff that we employ are people that are from underrepresented communities that don't deserve the barriers that are in front of them to employment.
Oh, come on, move.
I won a birth lottery that allowed me to be born and raised in the best country in the world. We grew up with a lot of opportunities that most people that looked like me didn't get. That notion of being able to contribute and give, I don't know, like give them a chance that they never got. And that drives me, that fuels me all the time. I met a customer and they're like, look, got this young girl, can you interview her? But we're fully staffed up.
Yeah, I came here when I was maybe 12 years old with my two little sisters. I was born in Yemen and then I came to Australia from Indonesia for a better, safer future. They've been delayed.
She's like, my name is Fatima. I'm 18 years old. I can't speak English very well. And she spent years on different boats in countries and she graduated successfully from high school. She raised her little sister here without her parents. And I said, if you could do all that before the age of 18, you can carry a tray of bloody food and drinks and take it out to people.
Yeah, it was my first job. Because of my temporary visa, it was very hard to get a job because when you apply for jobs, they always look at when your visa is expiring. Shaun was very chill. He didn't look at my visa or anything. We just had
I didn't even know we had to. As long as they've got a legal right to work in Australia, that's all we look for. We promoted her after 2 years to the head of training to run all our training programs for all our staff. You're that good.
You learn so much from these people that have just been through so much pain. Just watching them grow from people who couldn't speak English to people running restaurants.
The restaurant was heaving, it was pumping. Then we get told that next week we're not going to open our doors, that we'll shut down for COVID. It was a brutal, brutal day.
But then, true to Shaun's form, he thinks on his feet and goes, right, we've got a kitchen, we've got a team, and we've got people that need to be fed because they're locked down, they don't have access to food, and well, they can't afford it.
Regular drop-off Mondays, Redfern, that goes to Department of Community Justice.
I just take the charity meals, the community meals. I drop it every Monday. I go and drop it off at 10:30.
We used to talk about pay it forward. People don't have to know what you've done, but just do it. And then that person might do it and pay it forward.
Oh, I'm starving. Yum, yum, yum.
It was literally plating food forward to people that needed it. Then someone said you should be a charity, so we became a charity. And then that was how it's all kind of started from that.
Thank you for the great job you do. Thank you.
Then it became employment opportunities. And while it's large and a bigger movement than we first anticipated, I can't stop because I know what great people are going through. I know what hardships there are in the world. They tell me.
I was inside for nearly 5 years.
Is it hard when you've been in prison to get work?
That's so hard. But now I'm a single mum and I can provide for my kids. It's given me a great sense of security.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
The mission is bigger than the bank balance for Shaun, and within a few months, Shaun's broke.
It's just, yeah, it is what it is.
I think we were 70,000 meals by the time we ran out of money. I had my third credit card declined. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, no money left. And I met an incredible person. He was the very first person that said, I'll give you some cash to keep this going. If you can focus on the food, I'll give you some cash. And we've been lucky enough from that point to have some corporations and some individuals and people back this to keep it going.
Nice one, Chef. Thank you. This is the kitchen where all our donated meals happen from. So we're cooking about 3,000 meals each week, but it is often chaotic, but a lot of fun. And it's because rice will fucking get everywhere.
Restaurants are really, really, really difficult at the best of times. And when you add the pressure of being a social enterprise to that, I think it's a really big challenge.
Marvelous, good to see you, welcome. Happy Monday. All right, how is everybody? Everyone all right?
The financial stability comes from our catering company, which underpins all the work that we do out in the community.
Today, 500 rice and curry boxes are going out to one of our biggest clients. This is what funds the whole charitable purpose.
Shaun's had that realisation that it's better for him and Plate It Forward to be around for as long as possible rather than just be a flash in the pan and burn out.
Can I help you?
The concept of Colombo Social worked so well that it became the blueprint for the next restaurant.
The situation in Afghanistan happened. People have fled the Taliban, they've gone into hotel quarantine.
Thank you.
And then a federal government agency called me. It's another 2,500, 3,000 meals that we need each week. Then we got to meet them. They're not far out. They not knew what we had to do. Right? These were lovely, lovely people. Kabul Social was born.
Side the burger. Do you want it?
So Roy is the head chef of Kabul Social. Recipes from her mum that's been passed down now sits front and centre at the restaurant.
Thank you.
For Afghanistan people, a lot of women just stay at home and look after his family. I work here. I'm very happy. I feel I'm very strong woman. You know, I look after my child and work outside. I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
Because,
We're lucky to have you.
yeah.
When you educate women, you increase life expectancy, you increase health outcomes, you increase community outcomes, you build better communities, your education levels go up. So we have a strong woman at the centre of every single one of our venues.
Okay, so 50 on the books tonight. So we've got a 14 coming in 15 minutes.
He never expected to be a Kiev Social. The Ukraine war simply happened and he jumped on that and found a solution.
Everybody good? Yeah. Ready for tonight? Yeah. All right, perfect. Let's do it. Thank you. Kiev Social has been known as the most experienced hospitality team in the world without having any hospitality experience. We've got a pilot, we've got aeronautical engineers, we've got economists from the Central Bank of Ukraine. We have someone very special as well, Irina, who's a doctor, GP, back in Ukraine as well. So been with us from day one, haven't you? Yeah. Yeah. Her mum and her auntie work here as well. Irina she's a doctor.
I work about 40 hours a week. Yeah, 5 days a week, full time.
Some allergy dietaries, no, just one.
Just one bit.
My English very improve every day. I can speak with customer, with the workmates, so I'm happy for that.
Too much food hits the table at once, it makes it hard to... Okay. Yeah, that makes it easier. That way.
There's no blueprint that he's following. He's writing the script as he goes along.
Borscht, like a traditional Ukrainian red borscht.
Where's the next war going to come from? He doesn't know. What's the next COVID? He doesn't know, but all he knows is that he's got the equipment, he's got the team, he's got the blueprint to go. I can jump on this pretty quickly as well.
Anybody else want to order a cocktail? I'm very good on cocktails. The pickle martini, it's fucking good.
You don't have to be an angel to do good work.
Smash that Aperol Spritz, 2 pickle martinis, yeah, I'll just fucking drink them.
I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Trust me.
All right, let me see if I remember this.
But I shouldn't be embarrassed of who I am anymore.
3 pickle martinis.
Saying no to Shaun is not a wise idea.
Gotcha.
The man has so many ideas. He has so many ideas that it scares me. Once I realised that, yeah, just go with him, and we managed to really find a great way to work together.
I can't sit, I don't like sitting still, I don't like it. I don't find it relaxing. But like music or people, I like people. Just being around people. Hello, it's Shaun from Play It Forward. Hello, mate. How are you?
Hola. That since he's loving them.
Oh, yeah. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good, it's good.
How are you, most importantly?
Yeah.
Hey? Come on. So what we're doing today is Second Chance Kitchen over in Cobham Youth.
Now, using the fingertips, we're going to start in the middle and push our way out to the crust to make a nice...
It's a program where Mitch comes in every week with myself and another celebrity chef to engage with young people.
All right, we're going to do small increments of stretching. The idea of the program is that we bring strong male mentors into the centre for the young people to connect with and see that there is other ways to live their life.
You gonna do it again? Boy.
Did you use some of that cheese for your hair? Is that why it's so yellow? We've been able to employ 2 people so far afterwards, and they're working out well. Sales?
Yeah, he's a...
Yeah, you'd be good at it. Yeah.
Get it in there, yeah. No, yeah, onto the right a bit. Beautiful.
Slide it through the crust, cut the crust.
Oh yeah, how'd you find today, bro?
Yeah, no, it was good, Pizzas are good, eh? No one's ever shown us boys in here that they actually care about us. You just gave us so much help and then so much, trust that we needed off yous. Yous were like father figures to us.
It's a highlight of my week for coming on a Wednesday, Every week, same time, and knowing that, we get to hang out with you guys in a way that's just fucking meaningful, that you guys enjoy it, we enjoy it. It fucking means a lot, man. It means a lot. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
For Shaun, there's no one face for this and one face for that. He's who he is. Yeah, he really does fucking care. Yeah. And now I'm getting emotional about it.
Bit of calm. Say bye now, speak different languages, everything. Sure.
You see the difference that it makes to these people's lives. You want to make sure that that keeps going. And I'm sure that weight on Shaun is huge.
The toll that this has taken has been brutal. It's been tough. The hard reality of what we set up was that there was always going to be an immense amount of need that was coming to us.
It's very hard, I guess, if you're a high-achieving, high-performing individual, you feel like your mission's never achieved. At what point do you go, my work is done?
Everyone told me this for many years, you can't save everybody. It's hard not to take on the emotional baggage that comes from working with complex needs and complex people. It's hard not to. I'd never given myself that chance to sit back and actually reflect on what we've achieved, and it's pretty incredible.
I laughed at the moment I heard that you guys were interviewing Shaun, because I was like, you're here too early. I think it's only the beginning of the story. I've definitely given up trying to predict, but there's a long story to go, that's for sure.
Next time on Australian Story, we go behind the scenes with one of Australia's best-known chefs, Kylie Kwong, as she reveals some big news.
I've been running restaurants for 24 years, literally behind the stove, but I can feel a shift occurring inside of me.